Hello all sentient beings and welcome to the Transmissions Podcast, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers! On this episode of Transmissions, Iron Factory shows off a Legend-scaled G1 Red Alert. DNA Design has a prototype for an Optimal Optimus upgrade kit, and Fans Toys announces their Menasor. Today is Wednesday, July 4th, 2018, and this is episode 284 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that's ready to build the defender of the universe. I'm your host, Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how you doing?
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
We're gonna use combiner war zones, right? Let's talk Transformers.
We're using Creo.
He's a combiner. Voltron's a combiner.
Totally.
Anyway, we start off the show as always talking about our Donatrons, those lovely people who continue to give us money to help us keep this show going. Thank you to all you fine folks. And a special thank you to Robin, who just doubled his pledge this week. Robin, you're awesome. Thank you.
Either went from $1 to $2 or $100 to $200. Either way, he's awesome.
No other options.
It's a mystery. You'll have to ask Robin. Go bother him on Twitter and ask him how much he increased his pledge.
Yeah.
After much hyping and hemming and hawing and talking about it, we are ready to announce our mega contest prize packs. So we've been teasing these for months, and now we're getting close. We've got just about a month left before we announce the winners of the contest. So you've still got time to enter. You just have to join the Patreon or give us a monthly donation on PayPal, and you can be automatically entered in our contest. But we've now got them all assembled, and we're ready to go. So Daryl, can I throw it to you? Can you tell us about our mega contest prize packs?
Jeremy, when was the last day that people could join our Patreon or donate on PayPal?
End of July. So, is that right, Charles?
Yes, July 31st.
Yes. So we've got July the 1st is today we're recording. So they've got 1 full month to solidify their membership on our Patreon. And get in on this, because here it is. This is the mega contest, and I'm going to start off with
prize pack number 5.
A Transformers The Last Night Deluxe Cogman, a Transformers Optimus Prime Power Bank. That was a exclusive from HasCon. Transformers Monopoly board game. G.I. Joe vs. Transformers Free Comic Book Day 2014 comic. No sticker or stamp. Robots in Disguise number 32, the RI cover. That one is the one by Casey and John Paul with Optimus, Power Master Optimus huddled over top of Scorponok.
That was the classic G1 homage.
Yes. We've got Hydrobot and the Transformers promo comic for The Last Night. It is a physical comic, this isn't the digital version, obviously. We've got a copy of the remastered 1986 Transformers The Movie Steelbook Edition, a poster from SDCC 2018, this is of Optimus Prime, and 3 Pez dispensers. Which Pez dispensers, Jeremy?
Transformers Robots in Disguise, the new one, Optimus, Grimlock, and Bumblebee.
That's prize pack number 5.
Prize pack number 4.
Titans Return RC, Titans Return Voyager Blitzwing, and Octone. A remastered 1986 Transformers The Movie Steelbook Edition. Lost Light number 12, cover C by Alex Mill. The one where he has Defensor crushing the title with Getaway shooting him in the face. Lost Light number 13, cover C, Artist Edition by Alex Mill. A 3A poster, Optimus Prime, from TFCon DC 2017. This was donated by 3A. And once again, 3 Pez dispensers. And that was prize pack number 4.
Prize pack number 3.
A CGC 9.8 graded copy of the Transmissions, our own cover of Till All Are One number 1. a Universal Studios exclusive deluxe EVAC figure. ROM versus Transformers numbers 1 through 5. Numbers 1 and 3 are currently signed by Alex Milne. We plan on having 2, 4, and 5 also signed by him by then. More Than Meets the Eye number 30, the RE-A cover from 2014. It's a convention cover. This is DJ Soundwave. And My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic number 19, the RE cover from 2014 convention cover. This is Starscream and Pinkie Pie. And 3 Pez dispensers. Maybe we're trying to get rid of Pez dispensers. That's prize pack number 3.
Prize pack number 2.
MP39 Sunstreaker. That's right. A $50 Toy Hacks gift code from our friends at Toy Hacks. Last Stand of the Wreckers, numbers 1 and 2, cover A, both signed by Nick Roach and Josh Burcham. More Than Meets the Eye, number 36, the RI cover. Transformers 36, the RI cover. Both of these are connecting covers that form a giant mural from Alex Milne. If you'll recall, it has all the different characters from all different series on it. It's very colorful. And a Respect the Prime Convention Edition CD and swag.
And that is thanks to Jimmers.
Oh, definitely.
And finally, prize pack number 1.
MP36 Megatron. Respect the Prime Convention Edition CDs and swag. More Than Meets the Eye, number 12, cover A. This is the one with Tailgate, I believe, on it, holding or standing beside the missile. This one is signed by Alex Milne, Josh Perez, Brendan Cahill, Josh Burcham, and we have plans to get James Roberts to sign it as well. More Than Meets the Eye, number 33, the regular cover. This is Rewind, Standing in the Dark, I believe. Signed by Alex Milne and Josh Perez. Plans on getting James Roberts to sign it. Combiner Hunters One Shot, Convention Edition. Transformers, formerly Robots in Disguise, number 42, the convention cover, RC. And Windblade number 4, convention cover. Windblade is on the cover of that one. And that's all of them. 5 prize packs, an insane number of stuff we're giving away. And all you got to do to join or be in to the draw is to become a Patreon of the Transmissions podcast.
And if you are, a reminder, if you do donate at the duly appointed supporter of the Transmissions podcast level, that's $10 and above, you get 2 entries in the contest. So keep that in mind. I think for the mega contest, you can only win 1. So if you win prize pack 3, you can't win prize pack 1. I mean, I think that's
right.
Yeah. It would be pretty terrible if one person won all the prize packs, as unlikely as that would be.
Yeah. The monthly draws, everyone goes back in the pool for the next month. But this one,
yeah,
once you win, you're out of the pool.
Anyway, hopefully that gets everyone excited for them. The draw will be held in August, more likely towards the end of August, but that's when it will be happening to celebrate the 5th year of the Transmissions podcast. We're pretty excited about giving this stuff away. I kind of want it, some of it myself. I think it'll be nice just to get the boxes of stuff out of our residences.
I think we've probably gone on a little bit long. So people are like, "Where's the toy news?" So let's talk about toys. Daryl, what do you got for us?
We're talking about other toys. I thought we were just going to keep talking about the stuff we were giving away. Other toy news. Okay, well, Fans Toys decided that they would announce something this week. They're going to do a combiner. Finally, Fans Toys has yet to do a combiner, and they are starting themselves off with Menasor. And they released prototype images of, I believe they're not CGs. Yeah, they're prototypes of their masterpiece inspired or masterpiece scaled Wild Rider and Breakdown. They're calling them Magnum and Spoiler. This has prompted a lot of people to go and dump the pre-orders that they had for the DX9 characters of the same name, because the DX9 ones are still within pre-order stage. Generally, these guys come out at around the same price point. So people who would have likely have gotten the DX9 ones are preferring the Fans Toys version. I'd like to see how long this lasts, because as one tweet I saw put it, and honestly, I think it might have been Maz who tweeted it out. He said it will be 2 years that the Fans Toys Blitzwing has been on pre-order. Fans Toys has never been a company to do things quickly. They make a great product, but it takes time. As I go through and I look at these guys, it's quality. You know, Fans Toys, like I said, they make a good quality product, and they're big. They're up to the height of the MP11 Seekers. So I mean, they're tall. They're real tall, but they're going to be expensive. So expect that $100 for limb kind of price point, maybe even more. There's no real shot here of anything to show what kind of, whether they, you know, have any components built into them, like a foot, you know, anything like that. And they're likely going to have parts forming. I don't know, guys. I'll open it up to you. This is yet again another Menasor for the third-party market to digest. What do you think of the look of Magnum and Spoiler here, Charles?
I'm kind of combiner out. I mean, I have not been really in the market for third-party combiners. I mean, looking at these guys, though, they do look more kind of animation models, so their designs are a little bit cleaner, a little bit simpler than some of the other ones. It's interesting to see, like, I see how, like, they're taller in robot mode, but then they're scaled to the same size in car mode for, like, Masterpiece Sunstreaker. So that's an interesting design choice there. So maybe that makes me think that maybe they will have some of their combiner bits inside the figure, and that's what that extra space is for.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, it does look like they're hiding the combining points, and I was gonna bring that up too.
I'm not a third-party combiner, I guess, snob or whatever. I wouldn't drop DX9 for this or drop this for DX9, I guess, if I had already picked one. But for folks out there, I mean, I guess I feel like we've had a lot of Stunticons. Yes. We've had a lot of Menasors in the last, I don't know, few years. So how much of a market is there for yet another, Stunticon set?
We're gonna find out. Jeremy, what do you think?
Well, I mean, first of all, I am tired of combiners, particularly like the whole multiple companies doing the same character. But that said, I think these do look pretty good. Like I was saying, with the hiding of the combiner points, I think that looks neat. I mean, it looks like one is hidden behind the panel and another something kind of slides down, maybe. That's my guess. That's something I don't think we've really seen before. I know we haven't with the mainline stuff. And it seems like it's such an easy thing to implement. Most of these third-party combiner figures have been good. I don't have any expectation that Fans Toys won't be. So, I think they're fine.
Time will tell. In the unlikely event that this thing comes out by the end of the year, then we'll get a chance to see it. More likely that we're going to be waiting a few years until we see a Menasor from Fans Toys. But that's all I brought to the show this week. Jeremy, did you come across anything?
Well, I have one thing. It's not necessarily Transformers. It's related.
The Paladins of Voltron is a part of the soon-to-be
named... What is that? What is that? Sorry.
The Paladins of Voltron is a part of this.
Dang it! That's not what I meant to play. I meant to play this. Yeah. So this isn't really Jeremy. Transformers. We have,
but it transforms, right?
It does transform from lions to combiner limbs and into a giant robot. This is the Lego Ideas Voltron, which I'm sure you can swap out parts with Creo. It's based off of a design that was submitted by a user, and it's not exactly what they submitted. Lego modified it quite a bit, but it looks fantastic. The lions actually do come off, and I think this is amazing. This is number one on my Christmas wish list this year. And if you don't like us having a non-Transformer thing like this in our show, blame Charles because he put it in the list. So Charles, what do you have to say about this?
I just think this is great. I mean, I know it's Transformers adjacent, and we have one of our show members runs a Voltron podcast, so I thought it was relevant enough
when we record the episode. But yeah,
hey, I didn't say anything. But I mean, yeah, we're fans of Voltron. I think it's just a cool design. I mean, I wish we got Transformers Legos like this. I mean, Hasbro and Lego, come on. I mean, I think hasn't the Creo thing run its course?
I wish it had, but Hasbro won't want to admit defeat, I'm sure. This will also be available at San Diego Comic-Con in limited quantities. Otherwise, it'll go on sale August 1st for $180. Daryl, do you think that is too much? Or
it's too much for me.
Well, okay. But in terms of high-priced Lego sets...
Well, it's the way I see it, it's Lego should just be priced by the piece.
Yeah.
So
I think this comes out to about $10 a piece, or it was like $8 to $10 a piece. I can't remember which one.
$10 a piece.
Or sorry, cents.
2,300 pieces.
Okay, no, but it was. I think it was more expensive than equivalent Star Wars per piece. But I mean, this is very unique.
It seems like it. I think this is likely just like a one-off thing that they're gonna try and just do. It'd be neat to see Lego tackle some of the. Not to say that Voltron's a small brand, but it'd be neat to see Lego tackle smaller brands and their more iconic characters, kind of thing.
Yeah, I just wish we had minifigures of the pilots, but that's not going to happen.
You could make them, you know.
They're unofficial ones. I've seen some third-party ones.
You could design your own if you wanted to, really.
Yeah.
It's a really cool set. It looks very good. And it'd be one of those really neat things that, you know, I wouldn't mind having. I just have a problem with Lego being the new model kit. Lego should be something that you get an instruction booklet for, you build the thing, and then when you're done building, you can't keep it around because it's too big. So you have to break it down and you put it back in its box, or you put it in the big giant tub that everybody freaking had that was just full of Lego. And, you know, okay, cool. All my freaking Lego is back in there. What do you want to build? I want to build the green Voltron line. Okay, cool. Well, it's in this bin of 50,000 fucking parts.
All the related pieces for it.
So you spent your afternoon digging in Lego. That was a blast. It was annoying, but it was a blast. And that's what I remember Lego being, and that's what I enjoyed about Lego.
You got to keep all the sets together, and then you use the Craggle to glue them all in place, and they can never move.
No, that's just terrible. This thing here will be bought. Yeah, it's expensive. I get it. You'll put it together once, and you'll put it on a shelf or in a cabinet, and you'll look at it. And I get it with, you know, high-end, like, action figures and stuff like that, like your what do you call them? Your Hot Toys and your stuff like that. You know, that's the same fucking price. Maybe even more for some Hot Toy stuff. Lego's different. Lego's supposed to be like creative, and you're supposed to, you know, experiment with things. You're getting some really interesting pieces in this.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be able to do stuff with that. Lego is a certain activity for me. And to build it once and then put it away and say, that's my Voltron. I built that out of Lego. Cool. Well, could you build it again? Could you build it without the instructions?
You can until you lose the instructions.
Yeah. There were stuff that I built when I was a kid that, I had the instructions the first, second, third time. But after I broke the thing like 15 times, I knew where all the fucking pieces went because I had to put it together 16 times, right? This thing, nobody will know how to put this thing together without the instructions.
Yeah. And this does have 2,321 pieces, which I just did the math, comes out to about 8 cents per piece.
$10 a piece.
So anyway, that is what we have. That is our Paladins of Voltron report for the show. The other thing I have is DNA Design has announced they're going to have an upgrade kit for the Optimal Optimus Power of the Primes figure. This has a pair of swords for the smaller interior robot. It's got some rifles for Optimal Optimus and some alternate parts for Optimal Optimus, including some rear wheels, a front center wheel to kind of make it show accurate, and some longer wings. So we don't have any pricing yet, but it says the DNA Design is expecting an August release. So, I mean, too late for TFCon Canada, but I'd expect to see this at TFCon Chicago in October.
Mm-hmm.
This is something I think looks fantastic and really adds on to the Hasbro figure. and makes it look better, in my opinion. Daryl, what about you? I mean, I know you're not as big into this figure, but what do you think?
I like it. I like it a lot. I'm not into Beast Wars stuff all that much, but I can appreciate the toys. The comic store that I help out at has a lot of Optimal Optimuses, and they've all lost, the parts that they needed to be complete. All the little extra wings and shit like that, and that's just the way it is with that figure. But this really turns this guy into a really good looking Optimal Optimus. Those wings in the back and on the legs and that stuff, that looks fantastic. Optimal Optimus needs his big ass fucking gun, and he looks great with it here. I think this is a great set. I worry that it's going to be exceedingly expensive. DNA Designs makes really good sets, but they are expensive. But I like it. I think it's great for people who are really into the Optimal Optimus figure. I highly recommend picking something like this up. You'll get a lot more of enjoyment out of that figure because you have it.
It looks like it's not really that parts for me. Like the wheel stores, like it looks like it folds up into the back of the figure, and the swords have they can store onto the back of the smaller figure. I mean, they really put some work into this.
Yeah.
Charles, what do you think about this?
Optimal Optimus is kind of a mixed bag for me. I mean, I do like the robot mode. I mean, I just feel like, I have the original Optimal Optimus toy, and I feel like he doesn't do a good job of having alternate modes. Like the alternate modes are kind of just him laying down.
That's a fault of the actual character itself. I mean, the toys are accurately representing what you saw in the show.
That's true. But I mean, this does make it more like the original toy and the Beast Wars TV show. So yeah, I like the accessories that you're getting here. I still wish this the little figure in this toy turned into a gorilla, and not just a backpack. But that's not something you can really fix with an add-on kit.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to have them make a whole new toy.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it does add the bits that make him look more like the show and the original toy. So that's good.
I'm sure we will talk about this when it actually does come out, but just keep your eyes peeled for it. And that is all I got. Charles, what do you have this week?
All right. So first up, we have a new little legend scaled third-party figure from Iron Factory. And this is EX-26A Racing Brothers Annihilator. And this is Red Alert. So the well-known repaint of Sideswipe. So it's a good figure. I mean, I think the Sunstreaker and Sideswipe ones have been out for a while, and people like those. And the Iron Factory figures in general always have really good articulation for that legend scale size, and this is no exception. I mean, this is still the same Sideswipe mold from before. It looks good. Daryl, what do you think of this guy?
It is. It's really good. We pretty much knew that this figure was coming. Red Alert is they, like you said, it is a repaint of Sideswipe, and I find the name funny because an Annihilator, it's a great name. It just doesn't scream Red Alert to me. Maybe Defibrillator.
That doesn't sound very menacing, but it is more in line.
Yeah, well, Red Alert's never been very menacing. He's more paranoid schizophrenic.
Yes, yeah, but yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about these Iron Factory Racing Bros cars. Yeah, if this is something that you're interested in, Red Alerts, is your bag, then I would suggest going for something like this. They're great little pocket size figures.
Jeremy, what about you? I know you. If I could share some inside baseball, you originally picked this topic before we started the show. So what do you think?
I love it. I mean, I don't think I've seen a bad Iron Factory minifigure like this, and I think this guy looks fantastic. I mean, it's amazing, the poses and the articulation that they're able to put into these small figures. I mean, I like that you get the little gun on the shoulder and you can show him so many different kind of action poses. this is definitely something that's on my con wish list.
Cool. So we don't have any pricing or release date yet. So we'll cross our fingers that this will be ready for TFCon Chicago in the fall. But
I have a pre-order date or a pre-order price.
Okay.
Sorry, it's on BBTS right now, or it's $35 or $34.99, so $35.
That's not bad at all.
Okay, well we'll hopefully it'll actually be there at Chicago in the fall. So we hope to make Jeremy's con wish come true.
Well, I never said what con. I mean, it could be TFCon 2020.
Okay.
You're
willing to wait that
I hedge
long.
my bets.
All right, I have one more item, and this is new images of Prime Wars Trilogy Blast Off. So finally, we had the rumors earlier about getting basically the Unite Warriors version of Blast Off getting a re-release in the States, a Hasbro re-release, and we see it now. So looks like this should actually already be available. So it starts shipping July 1st, and it's from I guess you can order it from Robot Kingdom and other online places. And this is to complete your Combiner Wars Bruticus with the real Blast Off, not the Blast Off that turns into a jet, but the Blast Off that turns into a space shuttle. And they made some. They put this in the configuration of the Unite Warriors Shuttler, which has switched its arms so that the shuttle's nose cone is on the back in robot mode. So this is toy accurate to the G1 Blast Off. And in addition to that, it comes with the Prime Master Megatronus. So you get a little guy. He doesn't have a decoy suit, I guess, but this is we were all speculating where those other Prime Masters were going, and here is where Megatronus is coming in. So.
I'm wondering if that's going to be die-cast like the other special ones were.
And we have some pictures. It doesn't really look like it,
yeah,
but maybe.
I mean, only the face was die-cast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, he's just got a symbol, so I don't know if they'll die-cast that little symbol since he's not an actual head.
Yeah, I mean that would be the piece.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We don't have any pictures of his back. Nobody thought to take a picture of the Titan Master's back or the Prime Master's back in all these pictures.
I'm really looking to get this figure. I've been trying to get one of these just for a while, but obviously I'm not going to ask anybody to break up their Unite Warrior set. And then this thing came around, and I'm like, okay, well now I just have to be able to got to find one somewhere. So I'm hoping that I can come across one. I don't like ordering from Robot Kingdom because the shipping is insane. I'm hoping that one of the other online retailers can get some. Yeah, maybe there'll be some at TFCon. Hopefully, yeah. No, this is great. I love it.
Jeremy, do you have any interest in this guy?
Not really. I don't have any of the other ones. If I did, then yeah. But I mean, I think it looks fine, but no use in getting one piece of a combiner where I don't have the rest.
All right. Well, for all those folks who were looking to complete their Bruticus the same way we were able to complete the Defensor with a real groove, now we've got a real Blast Off to match. So hope you guys the guys who want it, hope you guys enjoy it. All right. That's all of our toy topics, and we'll move on to some trips to the store. This is where we show off all the cool Transformer stuff we got this week. We do this as a video that we show on YouTube, so you can see everything we got in beautiful high definition through a webcam. But we also will put all the audio right here in the podcast, so keep listening, but pop over to that YouTube video so you can see all our stuff. Without further ado, trips to the store. We do have a short clip of the latest Transmissions Declassified if you're interested, and if you want to become a Transmissions Donatron, all you got to do is go to transmissionspodcast.com/support, and you can become a Donatron, and you will get immediate access to all of our Transmissions Declassifieds.
Now, I do know that since those releases, there have been reissues or re-releases of the movie soundtrack. Is there anything different between those other than that they're more recent?
Well, in 2014 is when we first got the repress. first represses happened. They were both released by the record label Music on Vinyl. So we had a regular black vinyl release from that was released in Europe, and then there was another limited numbered pressing as well in clear blue. So I've heard it referred to as spark blue.
I haven't even seen this one.
And that one was, well, I'll send you a picture later.
Yeah, please do. Let's put it in the show notes.
That one was released in the Netherlands. So in that one,
you have this. You have this one.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
All right. And if you want to hear more, check out Transmissions Declassified. You got to be a Donatreon. All right. Let's talk about the toys we got this week. Jeremy, you had a birthday. It is your birthday as we record this. Happy birthday.
Yep.
Thanks. Did you get a special birthday present?
Happy birthday.
I did. Met up with some friends. We went bowling. I'm very fun. That was my birthday extravaganza. But one of my friends that I invited was Brad, who is a listener to the show. And even though we said no presents, he got me some presents. So he gave me a G1 Trax. He gave it to me unstickered, but he also gave me the repro label set.
Oh, nice.
So I have stickered it up. There's only one sticker that I'm waiting on putting on because I couldn't tell where it went to go. And thanks to our friend Mystic Marvels, he linked me to where I think it was I can't remember which. It was a site that had like a great explanation, and I now know where I need to put that last sticker. So I like this guy. I've never had a Trax before in any variety, and this is great. I mean, I just loved immediately when I picked it up. I was like, "Oh, the diecast." So this is great, and the repro labels from our friends at Toy Hacks, excellent as always.
Very cool.
My biggest complaint about this is because this is a 1980 84. This doesn't have a Hasbro stamp, just Takara, but the rubber is very hard on the tires. So what are you going to do? So other than that, it's a great toy. I love it. The other thing I have to mention is my wife contacted a number of my family members, but she also contacted Charles and Daryl. I'm guessing Yoshi too.
And Mike.
And asked them if they could like put together some people wishing me happy birthday. And I gotta say, you guys went like above and beyond. Charles ended up sending a combined file that had like a number of people from the comics world that we've, become friends with through the show. A voice actor, Richard Newman. Charles somehow got him to send me a message. That was awesome. And then a number of podcasters, a bunch of our friends. And it like really brightened my day when I was feeling really bad about turning 40. So thanks guys. It was amazing. And it's crazy how like 5 years ago, we didn't even know each other and what we've done. So thanks a lot.
Awesome.
No problem.
Glad you enjoyed it.
No problem, man.
See, over 40 is not so bad.
Wait, what? My memory's going. What were we talking about?
All right. I guess I will go next. Jeremy's birthday is today. My anniversary was yesterday.
Oh, so nice.
My wife and I went out to dinner and a movie, and my sister-in-law actually took our kids for the whole day. So that was really nice.
That's a present.
That was a present. That was much appreciated. And she took my kids to Sonic to eat dinner. And my daughter got a kid's meal with a very special toy. And she was very excited to get this toy. And she got it for me. She gave it to me. She came home. She said, "Dad, I got this for you. I really hope you like it." It is the Red Lion from Voltron.
Keeping up with the theme of the show.
What is happening to this show?
Sonic is running their current kids meal toys are the Voltron Lions, so you can collect all 5, and it does form Voltron. I mean,
and those are G1 Voltron.
Yes,
do they actually go together? Whatever. That's
cool. The legs pop off and things. Yeah,
I mean,
so it's a parts former, but still,
that's awesome.
Yeah. Continuing Jeremy's birthday theme, I have a present for Jeremy. It's Overlord.
Yeah, I'm paying for that.
No. You're not. This is my birthday present to you. So.
Oh, thanks. So I sent you to the store to buy something. You're like, I just won't charge you. Thanks. I appreciate that.
No, Ollie's apparently Ollie's is now the go-to place for like last year Transformers, because I went to Ollie's.
Who knew?
And they had like a stack of Overlords, Titans Return Overlords there. So I picked one up. Then after I showed this, Mike was like, hey, I'd like one. So got one for Mike too.
Well, thank you so much.
All right, Daryl, I know you're probably going to top that. So let's see what you got.
I can't top the kindness, fucker. Spent my
you have overdone even the Canadian.
Spent my week getting shit for other people. But I felt I should
Okay, well, Daryl, then let me say I'm sorry.
No, Charles, I'm sorry. So no, I do have a couple things here. This had been getting held by Mike for quite some time, and I needed to get that sent to me, so I did. This is Titans Return RC and Ultra Magnus. Who cares about Ultra Magnus? But this is the RC. So there she is.
Nice.
I'm pretty impressed with this packaging. This is pretty awesome. This is nice. I kind of like how the packaging looks all like, plain Jane on the outside, and then you open it up and it's like kabam! But yeah, so there it is. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot. I'm never going to take it out of this. I don't really need to. I mean, I've got the mold twice already. So, but yeah, I really like the way that this looks. And then Jeremy was holding this for me. So I had this picked up. This is Titans Return Grotusk. And this guy looks amazing as well. And then the last thing I got, this is from Mike. I did pay for this, but this is something that he had been holding for me for a while. And this is an oversized knockoff. And this is Feral Rex.
Oh, man.
So he's pretty huge. He actually does
third-party Predaking for those listening who can't see.
That's right. Yeah, so he comes with the 6th figure that Mastermind Creations put out of their. I can't remember what they called him, but it's Catilla that they were homaging, and basically it was made to take the place of the dive bomb figure to have a more symmetrical look on the Feral Rex figure. But this guy's awesome, and he's huge, and it's amazing. He does.
Since it's an oversized knockoff, maybe it's called Rabid Rex. It's feral.
It's terrible.
I'm here all week.
We wish you weren't.
And he does come with this massive sword, and it's so large he can't even hold it himself. So I find it's good for like just me to hold. I mean, it's big enough.
That's ridiculous.
It is. It's absolutely huge. And it is made up of all the individual guys' swords, their weapons. So yeah, it is ridiculous.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
It holds together really well,
it's
too.
It's really big.
That's what she said.
No, I'm kidding. It's supposed to do that. There is an add-on kit for this guy to give him better hands, and I actually might do that just because his hands are horrendous. It's just a big claw, and then the thumb is just a straight peg. It's bad. So I might do that. It's about $20 or so. So I might do that. But as of right now, it just sits in the cabinet, and I like it. It's awesome. I was thinking about putting it up on a higher shelf, like up here. I'm going to point with this sword because it's awesome up here. But I had nightmares of it just smashing down onto the ground and actually onto my G1s that are up below. So that was just a bad idea. So I found the lowest shelf I could put it on and put it there. That's what I have to show this week. That's getting me pretty caught up here. I might have to buy some more shit. Good thing TFCon's coming.
All right, we're back from our trips to the store, and let's move on to some convention news.
All right. It is that time of the year where we're getting San Diego exclusive announcements. And the first one we have is you're going to be able to get a special edition retro or I guess gold colored Bumblebee, movie Bumblebee. This is via Hasbro Toy Shop.
Amazing.
Yes. What is amazing about this is it comes with 2 rare G1 cassettes, Dial and Czar, that are the dinosaur G1 cassettes that have never been released in the US. They were only released in Japan in 1987 as part of Headmasters. They came with Twincast, which was Blaster as a blue tape deck. So this SDCC set is going to be $60. Comes in a kind of styled box, and it looks like they're going with the names Dairu for Dial and Uraz for Czar, because that was how they were mistranslated. But I think this is an excellent SDCC set. I mean, you get the Bumblebee, which, okay, you get the Bumblebee, but you also get 2 tapes that have never had a US release. Daryl, is that enough to get you to buy the set?
Damn, Skippy. Yep. This is amazing. These 2 Dino cassettes are exceedingly rare, like crazy rare. And all just out of the blue here, it's like, oh yeah, hey, we're gonna reissue these things, and yeah, you know, sure, the colors aren't the same. The ones, you know, being issued in a orange plastic or a clear orange plastic, it's the same figure, and you could go your entire lifetime and never actually see one of these things in person. And now guess what? Everyone has an opportunity. Well, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people have an opportunity to get these things now because of an SDCC set. That's huge. Who gives a shit what they've, you know, partnered with it? Yeah, it's a Camaro from the 07 Transformers movie. Who cares about that car? Sure, maybe somebody really likes the gold colored Bumblebee that's partnered with it. Fantastic, more power to you. The Dino cassettes here are the heroes of this set. This set is $60. This thing will be $200, you know, after SDCC.
I think if they just release the tapes by themselves, people would be willing to pay $60 for it.
Easily.
Yeah.
The Camaro by itself, the Camaro is just filling out the price point. That's all. This set is huge for the collector, you know, the fandom and the collectors in us, because these figures are unheard of. They're almost mythical in their rarity. This is big. This is huge for all of us who've wanted to get our hands on some of these.
Yeah, and as always with these Hasbro Toy Shop things, they are going to hold some back for the online store, but they're going to go quick. I mean, it'll be probably minutes before it's sold out. The next thing we have is a Super 7, who makes the retro 3.5-inch figures. I've seen they have like He-Man figures and stuff. They're just kind of the 3.5-inch G.I. Joe sized figures. They've announced that they're going to be doing an X-Ray Optimus Prime figure. I mean, naturally, this doesn't transform. We saw prototypes for this at Toy Fair, and these are supposed to be 12 inches tall. And it looks like, you know, Optimus Prime's front, like from his waist to the top of his cab, comes off, and you can see like the internal mechanisms and the matrix. And it's very kind of retro Japanese styled in the box art, or at least in the promotion that they've done. And they have a lot of, you know, Japanese writing on here. It looks like the rest of Optimus Prime is going to be clear if this picture is to be believed. Charles, would you buy a non-transforming Optimus Prime like this?
Probably not. I mean, it reminds me of the did you ever have that toy when you were a kid, the Visible Man, that had all the like parts of the body inside where you could see all the
we're not all doctors, Charles.
But that's what this reminds me of. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting, I guess, but yeah, not for me.
I'm sure this will still be popular. I'm sure. I mean, Super 7 has an audience, and anything Transformers like this G1 is probably going to sell. So I think it looks nice, but yeah, I don't know if it's for me. But the next thing we have, this is TFCon Toronto exclusive announcement. They're going to have some exclusives. It looks like they're going back to TFCon sponsored exclusives from what I can tell here. They're going to have Catcall and Uproar. This is a 2-pack. Looks like from the Ocular Max remix line. And this is Catcall is their version of Ravage, and Uproar is their version of Laserbeak. And these are kind of blue in their base coloring on both. And they both say they're die cast, which is awesome. And it's going to be $120 Canadian for the both of them.
And I don't know whether these are going to be sponsored exclusives, because it does say that it'll be available at the ages 3 and up booth. But the remix line are the cassette bots that actually turn into life-size cassettes.
Oh, so not ones that would fit in the toys.
No, so these ones would fit into your old Walkman or your boombox you've got lying around. They're much more in scale with the Masterpiece robot modes.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Although the Laserbeak that came with Masterpiece Soundwave is pretty in scale. Yeah, they're cool figures though.
Yeah, I think they look fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Some people may not have a really good or a like for the blue coloring. Although there was a blue Ravage. I can't think of his name, but there is a market for the blue Ravage. But yeah, the actual name of it is escaping me right now.
Charles, what about you? Are you going to try to pick these up?
They do look cool, but that price is kind of killing me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little bit expensive for 2 cassette bots.
Well, it is Canadian.
Okay, I mean the Canadian dollar is a little weak, but it's not that weak.
75%.
Yeah. The next thing we have is this podcast called Transmissions. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're going to be having a meetup at TFCon.
Sounds fun.
So we have a form online. It'll be linked here in the show notes. If you're going to be going to TFCon and you want to get information about our meetup, fill out this form. It's basically just collecting some basic information, mainly email, so we can contact you. I think it asks like what you want. Oh, like what kind of activities are you interested in? And once everything is firmed up, we'll notify everyone like where to meet and what to do. And I think this will be fun. Wish I could be there to participate, but if this goes well, we'll probably do the same thing in Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a good time. We've got a lot of people that want me to walk them around the dealer room and get them deals, though.
Maybe that could be a new Patreon tier.
Daryl must get you a deal at a booth.
Daryl will be your dedicated shopper for one item in the dealer room.
Shopper. I'm only one guy.
Transmissions gets a 10% commission based on how good of a deal we get you for your toys.
All right. And the last thing we have, this is also TFCon Toronto related. They have announced that if you donate anything to their charity auction, which supports Make-A-Wish Canada, you'll receive a ticket for a drawing for a list of prizes, including a Masterpiece Megatron or a Titan Returns Triptychon. And you can enter even if you don't attend the convention. Just email Ian at tfcon.ca. That's IAN at tfcon.ca for shipping information. But I think this is awesome. It's a great cause. And what can it hurt? Donate something that's taking up space in your room, and you can possibly get something that'll take up even more space in a Triptychon. And also, if you are going there, pretty sure they're going to have David K do something with the auction, because they usually do. But if they don't, blame Daryl. It's not my fault. That is all we got in convention news this week, Charles.
All right. Well, let's finish up the show with some feedback. We just have one comment from Karuba on episode 283, mentioning, just referencing the Volcanicus add-on we talked about last episode. So Karuba says, the Volcanicus add-on kit is nice, but for that amount of money and the fact it is a retail Hasbro figure, to me it just comes off like wasted money. That it would be like paying to put a chandelier in a double-wide home. Yeah, I think we had the similar thoughts last week. The add-on kit was pretty nice, but it was pretty expensive, and we're all, at least my recollection is that we're all not huge fans of the Dinobot combiner, just the individual Dinobots. So not a lot of use for the add-on kit. Thanks for agreeing with us, Karuba. Thanks for sending in your note. All right, well, that's all the feedback we got for this week. We do want to remind you that you can leave us voicemail feedback if you go to transmissionspodcast.com/feedback. We do enjoy getting voicemails because that lets us highlight some comments from our listeners. But of course, you can write in, send us notes on social media too, all those ways. If you have questions you want to ask or a discussion topic you'd like us to address, that can... we can try to make a little space in the feedback section for you. So keep sending your letters. And that'll do it for this episode of Transmissions. Thanks everyone for watching and listening. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.
Thanks for listening to Transmissions. Remember, you can help support the show by donating to us directly via Patreon or PayPal. Once you become a donor, you will receive access to donor-only goodies, like donor-only contests, listening to us record transmissions live, and getting transmissions swag at 20% off. You can find links for this at transmissionspodcast.com/support. Subscribing to us on Stitcher, iTunes, and Google Play is also a great way to support us here at Transmissions. Every subscription we get helps us get better noticed on those services. Leaving us a comment and 5-star review doesn't hurt either. Be sure to come chat with us on Discord. You will find a link for Discord at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. And of course, you can always send us an email at feedback@transmissionspodcast.com. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you again next week.
Yeah, Charles is more reliable than Canada Post.
What are you doing? Why haven't you ordered a shirt yet?
Austrian Yoshi?
I'm workshopping it.
Get to the web store.
Okay, Daryl, if you want to throw to me again, I'll try and say something coherent about this.
Because I have to continue the theme. I have this.
Oh, yeah! Voltron!
No, I've shown this before. Anyway, that... You're going to smash!
Fall into the ground.
He used to have a G1 diecast Voltron.